Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I just came back from the hospital, fresh from work, and I turn on MMA Twitter, and what do I see? Lo and behold, thank God it's not an injury. It's not an injury that will compromise Tony versus Khabib or Conor versus Cowboy, which let's let glass half full. I'm that type of guy, glass half full. But man, Sean O Malley, another suspension, another 6 months added to his sentence, his athletic sentence, if you will. I don't know what to think about it. Of course, you guys, I've made a couple videos on selective androgen receptor modulators, which are substances that target specific tissues, like steroids, right? They have androgenic effects, so they have all the positives of a steroid, but not all the negatives. So it doesn't, giving you an example, so it would not act upon testicular tissue, breast tissue, or other tissues that it's not, it doesn't give the athlete an advantage. It just works a lot better, some improved version of a steroid, if you will. So Mr. Sean O Malley, Sugar Sean O Malley, one of my favorite up-and-coming fighters from the lower weight classes, tested positive for the second time for OSTARINE. We've seen a string of positive results of OSTARINE, including Nate Diaz positive test, which was overturned because it was before the BMF fight and apparently was low levels. And Nate Diaz has that star power, and he made it go away like a G, like a gangsta. But something has to be done with USADA, right? There's a lot of news and a lot of people talking about, are their tests too sensitive? Is it a trace amount? Do we have tainted supplements, which seems that is the more popular excuse, or just a legit reason for these tests to be positive? Should athletes use supplements at all? Those are the big questions, but I think that we're going to keep seeing these tests pop up positive. And guys, we have to think about the psychology of addiction, the psychology of fighters. These guys are not normal people, not in a bad way, but hyper competitive, and substances. And I'm not saying, disclaimer for all the fans, I'm not saying Sean is straight up doing any SARMs, any selective androgen receptor modulators, straight up, even though he was suspended for a whole bunch of time and we haven't seen him in forever with all the potential he had. But we see that substance abuse is it's a legit disease. So we could potentially be seeing something like substance dependence of these performance enhancing drugs. I mean, would it be the first fighter that has a problem with some of these issues? I don't think so. But it's just a bummer. It's 6 months that we're not gonna see. So we're gonna see Sean O Malley for in August, maybe. So he's off of the radar. His sponsorship money goes down, and it's just losing a great star in the making. And I just think athletes should quit taking supplements. I know they're not gonna, but they should quit. These substances are very dangerous. They're very dangerous. The OSTARINE, to give an example, used in HIV and cancer patients, right? Builds muscle mass. In some instances in healthcare, you need to build muscle mass quickly. In athletes, we don't need that. I mean, let's level. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. Should we level the playing field? Should we have everybody not have any supplements at all? How are you going to police that? How are we going to fix this problem? Because the sensitive test and the USADA is helping a little bit, but I don't know. Up here, psychologically, should we have, psychological help for fighters? Should we have a program to detox fighters from using banned substances? I'm just throwing out ideas here as a internal medicine physician and certified ringside physician. That's what I want to know. So a lot of fighters, I want to tell you guys, in small shows, there is no oversight. In small shows, any small show in your local communities, in your state, athletic commissions are not testing for steroids in small shows. All amateur shows, absolutely not. So these pattern of utilizing these substances begins way early. Wrestling, small leagues, college, collegiate, there is some testing, but there are ways to get around that testing. So it's kind of tearing our sport a new one. No, not a new one. It's opening up an old wound. So Sean O Malley is just another symptom of the larger disease that these athletes are suffering. So I'm fresh out of ideas. I'm just bummed, guys. I'm just so happy the bad news wasn't the recent fights, and I wish all the best to Sean O Malley, all his friends and fans, of course. Looking forward to seeing him in August. Hopefully all these problems are done by then. Thank you guys for your support. Keep watching the channel. A lot of more videos coming up. Also check my channel in Rockfin. There is some exclusive content down there that is really cool, so please do check it out.